Yo, welcome to your boy. How y'all doing? What y'all up to? Man, we here sitting at 4-4, the Detroit Lions, waiting to play against these Cleveland Browns, and I decided to go with a Lamar Jackson take or rant on the situation. Now, I don't know everything. I know a little something, something. We are farmers. Bum, dum, 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 dum. Anyways, so give you a little hour of power. We're not gonna not probably won't even be an hour of power. It will probably just be until I'm done, actually. So, um, as we, proceed, we're just gonna just run a little bit of practice and just get some reps in with this. So, um, Lamar Jackson, right? A lot of people who are in the sports world are commenting on the situation and want to use Lamar Jackson as the new scapegoat, basically, for, you know, the black, to use a race car, black quarterback shit. You can't use it. It's not gonna work. It just doesn't work. For this situation alone, it just doesn't work because all the other black quarterbacks have been paid.
Here we go.
So you look at it as, why isn't Lamar Jackson gonna be? Why isn't he gonna be paid? Well, there's a few reasons why, and let's just start out of college. Lamar Jackson was a dynamic player coming out of college. He's won the Heisman, right?
Ready.
You have to look at these quote unquote awards, right? MVP, Heisman, that's the best player. The Heisman Trophy is like, I don't think it really goes on merit as most important player like on a team. It's just the best player that you saw jump off the screen. Like when you saw Reggie Bush, it didn't matter if they won the national championship. They didn't have to get to the national championship. It was just the best player. Like, so Lamar Jackson, as an individual, is one of the best players that was in college football during that time. Yes, he was. We're not going to knock and say that he wasn't, because that would just be hate, you know. That would be hate. And we don't hate, right?
Ready.
But if you look at his numbers, you look at all of his stats, like they were all good, and there were some that were bad, but people want to use a narrative too. Oh, he didn't have no one to throw the ball to. He's at Louisville and X, Y, Z. Well, you can't use that because he was at Louisville for however long. He played for however many years, and they recruited the best that they could. You don't have to get top fucking 100 guys or top 10 guys in every recruiting draft. I mean, speed is speed. If you want speed, you can find speed. They're like, not every 4.240 guy was a 5-star prospect. So all these kids coming out of high school, all these high schools, there's some fast kids everywhere, that you can give scholarships to, and hopefully, they pan out in it, whatever the case may be. So he won the Heisman with no weapons at Louisville. He didn't even win the championship. He didn't even win his division. He didn't win none of this, but he won the Heisman. Okay, so when he's getting drafted, the first thing that he messed up at was he didn't go to the pro day. He didn't go to the NFL combine. He didn't want to run. He didn't want to throw because he was going to have to throw. And that was the biggest knock on Lamar Jackson, was being able to throw the ball. Like, he won a lot of his games with his feet. And then he could pad his stats throwing the ball afterwards. Like, that's what he did. Let's not be so naive to the fact that you want Lamar Jackson to be the next Michael Vick when he's not the next Michael Vick at all. He's nowhere near Michael Vick. Nowhere near Michael Vick. So, okay, so his draft, him getting drafted, he missed out on the combine. He didn't partake in none of it. Well, they want to see if you'd be able to throw. So they were like, well, you don't want to do it, then hey, why don't you come try out for be a receiver? Like, everyone was already on board to make him a receiver. What is that? Oh, that's the pylon. I'm like, what is that on my nose?
Unlock
So
line.
they
Unlock
they
line.
wanted to make him a receiver,
Ready.
which I mean at the same time like I think it was pretty. That's wrong, you know.
Get it.
He won the Heisman on what he won the
Ready.
Heisman on.
Ready.
Anyways, so the only team that
Here we go,
actually
set.
took a shot at him and let him be a quarterback was the Baltimore Ravens. No other team, and the Ravens used the 32nd pick. They had the last pick in the draft, so it didn't matter if they. What the Ravens did, they picked him up in the first round, the 32nd pick, and they're basically like, you know what? They fell to the perfect team. Because what do the Baltimore Ravens love to do? One, play defense. They play defense over everything, right? And then the second thing that they love to do is run the football. You can look at all the running backs that they had before that were successful, that gave them good records, were Joe Flacco was the quarterback. Obviously, he cannot run. But you have guys like Ray Rice that were there. Now you got J.K. You got J.K. Dobbins now, right? You got Gus Edwards, Kenyon Drake. Those guys from there. So, but let's back up. Like I was saying, the Ravens love to play defense and run the football. They ran the football. So when you look at their running backs, the last one before the situation that we had that was Ray Rice. Then you had Jamal Lewis. You had Mark Ingram. You had Jamal Lewis. You had I don't think Priest Holmes went there. Justin Forsett. So these guys had real good careers as the running back for the Baltimore Ravens because they're gonna run the damn ball. So they had Bernard Pierce. And they're not really Alex Collins. I remember him. But they ran the ball effectively. So you get Lamar Jackson. They have Lamar Jackson with the last 5 years. I'm going to say up to 5 years, right? His best attribute is running the football. He's not passing the football. He's running the football. So the Ravens can still keep that identity of playing defense and run the football. But the difference in it now is that it's actually coming from the running back position, not the quarterback handing the ball off to a running back to create the running lanes and everything like that. It's actually the quarterback doing the running, where they run the read zone, they run the option, they run this and that, QB draws, QB rollout boots, and shit like that. So they're still being the Baltimore Ravens, just they tweaked it by, instead of being traditionally giving the ball to the running back to run the ball, they actually use Lamar Jackson. So they're still, quote unquote, using Lamar Jackson as a quarterback, but he's running the ball more. If you sit there and let Lamar Jackson throw for 500 passing attempts, bro, you think Jameis Winston had 30 interceptions? What the fuck you think Lamar Jackson gonna have at the end of the goddamn day? Because Lamar Jackson is not built that way. And then on top of that, he plays for a Harbaugh. A Harbaugh is a quarterback. Both of them. So the fact that the progression of Lamar Jackson, ever since his Heisman Trophy, has been this way. He has not done anything spectacular as a quarterback as far as in the passing game. His rushing numbers have always basically stayed right here. So his MVP season is his highest peak. His MVP season is his highest peak. And that shit was sad. Because his highest peak MVP season only got him barely throwing for the ball, throwing 3,000 yards. Now he did run for, we're gonna say, I'm gonna just throw out a number, 1,600. We say he ran for 1,600 yards rushing, right? We don't fucking care about that at the end of the day. From the quarterback position, we don't care. No one really cares the quarterback running like just like Justin Fields last year. He had over 1,200 yards rushing and he won offensive rookie of the year, right? Everyone looked at him as he sucks as far as like look, people literally looked at him that he can't throw the ball. And if he's gonna be having to run the ball to win games, like they're gonna cut years off his motherfucking off his shelf life because he's gonna be taking hits. Like he took some hits. He was sacked the most. But what do you think they're trying to do? He's only been in the league 1 year, and they already went and got him DJ Moore. Lamar Jackson has been in the league for how long? And the only notable receiver that you could say that he got was an old ass Steve Smith. Now, I mean, look at this. I look at it this way. Lamar Jackson has been in the league for X amount of years. You can't say that these teams aren't trying to get him weapons when they actually are. Now, if you look at all the top receivers, not all the top receivers, but look at DK Metcalf, who's a top receiver, drafted in the second round. The fucking Packers got a plethora of receivers in the second and third round. So there's fucking people there for them to select. They just ain't selecting them. And they ain't selecting them for a reason. And then also, too, Lamar Jackson had the two best right tackle, left tackle combination. And that's what helped him win his MVP because he was actually able to book in both sides, run the ball on either side, and he won MVP. After that, what do you think happened? He hasn't done really much since then. So, if you look at the situation of what the Ravens has done for Lamar Jackson, is they gave him a shot to be a quarterback. They drafted him with their first-round draft pick. And why are you holding up any type of negotiations or any type of contract situations to a team that gave you this platform that you're able to play on? I'm not paying Lamar Jackson, Deshaun Watson money. For what? He can't throw the ball like Deshaun Watson. He can't throw the ball like Patrick Mahomes. He can't throw the ball like Joe Burrow. He can't throw the ball like Josh Allen. He can't throw the ball like Kyler Murray. I think he has a stronger arm than Dak Prescott, but he ain't as accurate as Dak Prescott. If we just look at the quarterback position alone, just looking at QB, Dak Prescott would be better than Lamar Jackson. I'm sorry to say that. And everyone knows I do not like the Cowboys, and I sure as hell don't like Dak Prescott. But we're going to talk about quarterback position, playing the role as a quarterback. Dak Prescott's better than Lamar Jackson. And all you guys will be in the comment section saying, ooh, what? He's crazy. He doesn't know what he's talking about. Actually, I do know what I'm talking about. Because that would be the truth. Now, overall player, like Lamar Jackson is a better athlete than probably everybody that we named. But at the end of the day, the Ravens just been running the Wildcat offense. Yes, they can throw the ball from different looks and different, Lamar Jackson can throw the ball whenever the fuck he wants to at the end of the day. But these guys never drafted a receiver. Never drafted him a receiver. And you got 7 rounds to get receivers. Like, nigga, you could go draft 3 receivers each round. Lamar Jackson has been in the league for how long? So you mean to tell me that all these guys could get receivers but Lamar Jackson? That's because those receivers do not. First of all, you can't just go buy a receiver. You just can't be like, oh, you know what, D-Hop, I'm going to pay for you to come. No, it don't work like that. Well, nobody don't work like that? Because those guys have to say, yes, I want to come to your team. So, nobody wants to play with Lamar Jackson. And you want to think it's the owners trying to collude and put, no one wants to play with Lamar Jackson. If no one wants to play with him, then how are you going to say that the team, it's not Lamar Jackson's fault?
Ready?
Yeah, it is. It's 100% Lamar Jackson's fault.
Come on, set!
Like, how do you not understand that?
Get up!
So I don't even get the situation that we're having. Like, the
Let's go.
situation is really easy to figure out. You know, Lamar Jackson could have gotten the contract in his third year, in his fourth year. Kyler Murray got his contract without his contract being up. So did Josh Allen. So did Deshaun Watson. So did Patrick Mahomes. All these guys got their contract not in their fifth year, not in their fourth year. You know what I'm saying? Like they got it maybe 2 years before their contract was out. And like that goes to show about how important or not really important the MVP is. Because really, how important is it? Aaron Rodgers won the MVP, so what? I mean, it's the end of. See, this is what I don't like. Motherfuckers want to talk shit about Aaron Rodgers when he won the back-to-back MVP, and you got Gronk on TV saying, "Well, what would you rather have, a Super Bowl or MVP?" Well, that's the same thing for fucking Lamar Jackson because he ain't gonna win no Super Bowl. He lost in the playoff, winning the MVP. But you want to throw in everyone's face. Oh, he was the second only unanimous MVP in the NFL. But you want to make it like that important MVP, but then throw it at somebody else when Aaron Rodgers wins it back to back. Oh, what's more important? Motherfucker, we all know Super Bowl is more important. But you cannot deny Aaron Rodgers being one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL. He is. So, when you look at the one-hit wonder Lamar Jackson, you're going to look at the situation of him. When he won the MVP, he did not win the MVP as a fucking quarterback. He won the MVP as the best athlete on the fucking field. That's what he was. He was the best athlete on offense, on defense, on the field. That's why he won it. Because he had similar stats the following year or maybe the year after where his numbers were on par with what he won when he won the MVP, right? And he wasn't even in the voting for it. And that was because the defense was more consistent and the defense was actually better. That year he won MVP, which also helped him win MVP because that team, the Ravens, had the best record in the NFL. When you look at the NFL, how the NFL gives out their MVP award, they give it out based off who has the best record in the NFL and who contributed to that record. So when Todd Gurley won MVP, you figured it should have went to the quarterback. But Todd Gurley was the leading rusher. Todd Gurley I think he led in touchdowns. He had like over 1,800 yards rushing, if I'm not mistaken, maybe less. But don't quote me. But he was the actual best player on that team, which helped catapult that team to win and be successful. He won MVP. But a lot of people can say, you know what, I thought Jared Goff won MVP. Because, Jared Goff was amazing too that year. But Todd Gurley did more. And I think they gave Jared Goff offensive player of the year, I believe they gave him, and they gave MVP to Todd Gurley. So, and they had the best record in the league that year. So, that's why Aaron Rodgers won it back-to-back, because the goddamn Packers had the best record in the NFL those past 2 years, and they're going to always start right there with the MVP voting. Their MVP voting is going to go, who has the best record? Okay, this team, the Atlanta Falcons. All right, well, let's look at the stats of those guys on that team. Who won MVP? It's going to be an offensive player. It's either going to be a receiver, a running back, or a goddamn quarterback. Or tight end, if it was a tight end for him. So they're going to look at who had the best stats, and they're going to say, okay, well, he's the best player on that team. Give him the MVP. That's how it happens. Because there's never been an MVP winner that didn't have the best record. You go look at all the MVP winners and tell me not one time they didn't have the best record when they won the MVP. Because you'll be a liar. When Peyton Manning won MVP, they had the best record. When Tom Brady broke all the records and won MVP, he had the best record when they went 19-0. Or, 16-0 in the regular season. So he won MVP. He had the best record. It all stems from that. I don't think that works that way in the NBA. NBA actually looks at your stats, game points per game, and everything like that, and shit like they might look at records. I really don't know. I don't really follow NBA and the MVP situation. But that's generally how it's done. When when Lamar Jackson won his MVP, they were like they lost like 2 games. He didn't play the last game of the season. So I think they lost and whatever. And they ended up losing the first round of the playoffs. But none of that matters at the end of the goddamn day because we're here now on contract negotiation. Lamar Jackson can't afford, at the end of the day, he can't afford to sit out and not play because no one wants him. No one wants him. Now, if a team wants to take Lamar Jackson, they're going to have to structure their team just like the Ravens did. They're not going to have no receivers. They're not going to. You really think the Jets are going to fucking take Lamar Jackson or any of these? Like, let's be real. And you talk about getting him some help. There's 2 ways that a team can get Lamar Jackson help. 1, free agency. 2, drafting. 3, trades. 4, free agency. Like shit, hell. If you couldn't get him no one, guess who still wants to play football? Fucking Terrell Owens. Yeah, he might be old, but at least, hey, fuck, you never know. Sign his fucking ass. Sign Terrell Owens. Why not? Why not? If Terrell Owens feels he's better than Rashad Bateman, I don't know. At least put them 2 side by side, see who better. Give him a weak contract. See what he do. See how he do. If he's better than Rashad, you don't think Terrell Owens don't got nothing left in the tank over Rashad Bateman? I'm pretty sure Terrell Owens possibly could play. I could see Terrell Owens playing with the Baltimore Ravens, but is Terrell Owens gonna be sitting there blocking all day? Hell no, he not. Sorry, he ain't go. No, you don't see Terrell Owens campaigning like, oh well, Lamar Jackson doesn't have a top receiver. Sign me. Don't nobody want to play with Lamar Jackson, bro. Don't nobody want to play in that scheme, bro. That's the only scheme Lamar Jackson can fit in. You cannot put Lamar Jackson with Andy Reid and on the KC. You can't. Because guess what? Lamar Jackson was drafted before Patrick Mahomes, if I'm not mistaken. Andy Reid could have got Patrick Mahomes. Could have got Lamar Jackson. Everybody has a chance to get Lamar. Everybody's had their chance to draft Lamar Jackson. They knew who he was when he was coming out of college as a junior, and he was he was a Heisman Trophy winner, blah, 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 all that shit. They knew what he was. They've already done their homework. Right now, Lamar Jackson is actually fucking up the only team that will take him and use him as a fucking quarterback. So you look at the situation like, well, why the fuck would you do that? That part I don't understand. I don't like that part for Lamar Jackson.
Check out.
This thing ran all the way to the right. Anyways, I don't like that for Lamar Jackson. Like, why would you do that? I wouldn't do that. Like, now, do you honestly think Lamar Jackson is supposed to get quarterback money, not doing quarterback things? And I don't want to hear shit like, oh, he led the league in passing touchdowns when he won MVP. You name me one MVP quarterback that just only had passing touchdowns as their mark for Tom Brady. When Tom Brady won MVP, did he just win MVP because he led the league in passing touchdowns? Like, we know, come on, like, don't do that. What about passer rating and all this extra bullshit? Like, I don't, like, stop. It's not, no, it's way more than that. Only thing Lamar Jackson had at the end of the damn day was the fact that he probably led the league in rushing, if I'm not mistaken, and he was the fucking quarterback.
Ready?
Look at this. Horrible. Oh, he got it. You know, he could have led the league in rushing. Pretty sure he did. So, you got to look at the situation for what the situation really is at the end of the day. Lamar Jackson is a gadget person. Lamar Jackson is an athletic. He's one. Is Lamar Jackson a top 100 player in the NFL? Fuck yeah, he is. What number? What number will I put Lamar Jackson at? I will put Lamar Jackson in the top 10. I think Lamar Jackson would be better than the best running back in the NFL. So if you want to give, if you want to give, let's say Saquon Barkley, the best running back in the league, or you want to give it to Christian McCaffrey, Lamar Jackson is a tick above him. He would be above him because can he throw the ball? Yes, he can throw the ball. You know, look at Taysom Hill. What Taysom Hill is being paid way more than motherfucking Lamar Jackson, and Taysom Hill is a gadget player that plays tight end, plays running back, plays quarterback, plays receiver, fullback, XYZ. And he's probably just as fast at well no, he ain't just as fast as Lamar Jackson. That's disrespectful. Uh, but he's up there. He got some wheels on him. But when you see Taysom Hill throw the ball, it cringes. You cringe cuz I cringe. Now, I don't cringe to the extent when I see Lamar Jackson throw. I just know that if they get behind the chains, it's like punt team get ready. And what the Ravens like to do on third and long, they just run the ball with Lamar Jackson. Hopefully, if it's third and 14, like Lamar Jackson's gonna get 8 yards, he definitely gets you 8. And then now it's fourth and short, where now you actually playing the sticks on a, you get an extra down to play the sticks, because they're gonna go for it. They're gonna traditionally just punt every single time. Like Lamar Jackson is dynamic to where you could keep him on the field, and the defense has to like guess what the fuck you're doing. That's the element of surprise that you get with Lamar Jackson. When all the other quarterbacks, that shit doesn't work with. Like you can't do that. Like if it's third and 14, like Patrick Mahomes is not running for 14. He might try. He might get it sometimes. Most of the times he not. They're gonna punt the ball. You know. But Lamar Jackson getting like don't mention Kirk Cousins because Kirk Cousins went through what Lamar Jackson is going through. Kirk Cousins did not get paid because a team wanted him to pay him this amount of money. Kirk Cousins got his money because he got franchise tagged twice and he hit the open market to where the open market guarantees him to get paid at a top at a clip that's up there with the top 5 quarterbacks, top 8 quarterbacks in the league. Just like how Christian Kirk, who is not a top fucking 10 receiver, got paid top 10 receiver fucking money because he hit free agency. So whatever the price tag for these receivers are is going to start right there. And bam. So at the end of the day, Lamar Jackson looks at the situation and was like, well, you know what? If I hit the free agent market, I'm going to get paid either way because I'm going to get paid quarterback money and I'm a running back. But see, you can't do that when no one wanted to draft you in the first place. Like everybody sees Lamar Jackson and saw what he's done over the years. And in the 5 seasons that he's been in the NFL, he probably has just as much as rushing yards as he has passing yards. And that's not good. It shouldn't even be a 60-40 split. If you're a quarterback, it should be 80-20. Russell Wilson is an 80-20. Kyler Murray is an 80-20. Deshaun Watson is an 80-20. So at the end of the day, Lamar Jackson with all the shit that he's running, he's basically you can low key say that Lamar Jackson is basically just running for his life every time he has the ball. Cuz that's what Justin Fields did all last year was run for his life. So that's what Lamar Jackson's been doing ever since he's been in the league, just running for his life at the end of the day. Like in a sense, he wasn't really doing it, but in a sense, he like that's basically what he's doing because he's not dynamic in any other facet of the game. Can he throw? Yeah. Can he throw? Yeah, he could. I mean, yeah, he could throw. Can he make the right reads? Can he read? No. Can he read the coverage? No, because his legs won't allow him to stand in the pocket and read coverages. No. Like he'll know, he'll see a single high safety. He won't know if it's man or if it's zone. Like they might run a whip route to where that gives the corner backs off or whatever. Like he can see that, but that's not reading the coverage. That's just going from man or zone. Like if he runs with this whip route, like okay, he's in man. But they can have a match concept and still be in zone. Like Lamar Jackson is not out there like Peyton Manning, bro. Like he's never prepared. He's never prepared in a football game to play like Tom Brady, to play like Deshaun Watson, to play like Joe Burrow, to play like any of these top elite quarterbacks. He is not prepared to play like that at fucking all. Because if he was able to play like that or prepare like that, he would have played in the game when he hurt his knee. Because at the end of the day, most quarterbacks know that you use, depending on what leg it is. If it's not your plant leg, your front leg, you can play football because you need the left leg if you're right hand quarterback to plant and to throw the ball. Like if it's that front leg that's hurt, that knee that's hurt, you can't play. But if it's your right leg, you can still play. Why do you think Patrick Mahomes was playing on his right bad ankle? Because he's actually only using it to turn, but his most of his weight is going on the left leg. So that's why those quarterbacks wear the knee brace. You know, the old school traditional quarterbacks wear the knee brace on the left leg because that's the actual leg. They have to point, they have to put their weight on, and they have to drive through when they're throwing the ball, like that front leg, which would be basically hung out to dry. You need that leg to fucking hurt. You need that leg to throw the football. Lamar Jackson was right knee hurt because he needs that leg to actually run. That's his power to run. That's not his power to throw. That's his power to basically run. So when he sat out those last, last year, it's because his best attribute done with. It's over with. And you can go and say RG3. That's what happened to RG3. He came back too early. Yes, because RG3 still tried to run. He did not still try to be a pocket passer or be a guy in the pocket. Like he did not get hurt in the pocket when he got his shit wrapped around Haloti Nada's fucking body. He was running. It wasn't because he was in the pocket. He was running, trying to run, and he got caught. What's gonna happen? Because he's so reliant on his legs. You look at Kyler Murray. You figure Kyler Murray would be more reliant on his legs because he's smaller, but he doesn't. He's throwing for 4,000. He's reaching close to 5,000 yards passing. You know what I'm saying? And he's running. When he runs, he slides and this and that and whatever. But he's not relying on his legs. So do I think? I mean, at the end of the day, I'm glad, nigga. I wish the Falcons would try to. You damn right, the Falcons don't need to go after the fucking. You sound dumb as hell. I would not want Lamar. Lamar ain't Michael Vick. No second ride. Ain't nobody building no. Michael Vick was the motherfucking was a real experience. This Lamar Jackson is not an experience like Michael Vick. Like it's not. Like don't do that. Like don't do that. Don't even compare the two. Because Michael Vick could throw the motherfucking ball a fucking 100 yards down the fucking field. He actually can put the ball in spots Lamar Jackson cannot do. And Michael Vick was fucking left-handed. So stop. Don't do that. Two totally different players. Anyways, um, Michael Vick experience was fucking real. Like knock that shit off. Now let's talk about payment. Does Lamar Jackson deserve Dak Prescott money? Like let's keep it 100. Dak Prescott don't even deserve Dak Prescott money. So you could give Lamar. He deserves some money, man. He deserves some money, but he don't deserve no Deshaun Watson money, man. Like, come on, man. Like when you see Deshaun Watson next year, we'll see because this is what's gonna hurt the Browns if Deshaun Watson 2 years, year and a half he took off don't hurt him, which it shouldn't. Like the Browns gonna have some shit this upcoming season because Deshaun Watson is gonna be back in the football shape. Like he has nothing holding him back now. Everything is he Gucci. He has Amari Cooper. He has weapons. Like he has a running back. He has a running game. Like that shit gonna be crazy. Watch out for the Cleveland Browns. But what type of contract does Lamar Jackson deserve? I mean, shit. He hurt himself by not playing last year. Like that team was in the playoffs, and I honestly think the Ravens should just cut bait. Like they tried. They tried. They tried to use this guy for what he's good at, and he just never progressed as a quarterback. Like you want him to run the ball still, but you want him to be an even better passer. You want to get to that 80, the 80-20. Like you don't see, you know what I'm saying? You don't see Patrick Mahomes running like that. So they expect him to throw the ball, and then when he runs, you're like, oh shit, we forgot this motherfucker could run. We forgot he's actually fast. Like no, but he's, you know what I'm saying? Like Lamar Jackson is so far underneath that, bro. Like he can't do it, and I'm tired of people acting like he fucking can. No, the fuck he can't. He can't go to the Jets. The Jets actually has receivers. Lamar Jackson gonna be pocket happy feet in the pocket. He's not gonna be sitting there waiting for guys to get open. Is you crazy? That shit ain't gonna happen. You can't put him on the Jets. You can't put him on the Raiders. You can't put him on the Falcons. Please don't ever think about putting him on the Falcons. You can't put him on the Panthers no more. You like if a team wants to play defense and run the ball, you put him on that team. Put him on that team, yeah. So you got to figure out what team is going to want to run the ball and play defense. So you got to have a juggernaut defensive team to be able to put Lamar Jackson on that roster. That means no receivers. You ain't got to receive. You know what I'm saying? Like Hollywood Brown could have stayed. It's not Hollywood Brown's decision at the end of the day to get shoved out the door. He knows about the situation that he's in because he was there for 2 or 3 years. He was a first round pick for the Ravens, and he knows what his duties are gonna be for this team. And he got traded when he could have been like, you know what? Nah, I'm the number one guy here. I want to stay. He didn't. He don't have to know. He could have stayed. He left. Like you acting like these motherfuckers really don't gotta leave. Yes, they don't have to leave. If they want to stay, they'll stay. If they want to leave, they'll leave. Whatever the case may be. But that don't tell none of y'all anything. Lamar Jackson is just he. I mean, yeah, he the only weapon on the offense. Yes, he's the only weapon on the offense. You saw. If this don't tell you something, I don't know what it. I don't know what it does. I don't know. But they just got Raekwon Smith and they signed him. They traded for him when they could have traded and got a weapon for Lamar. They traded for Raekwon Smith and then they signed him in the offseason. They had money to sign him. Come on. How the fuck you get franchise tag when a nigga get traded for to your team and you're the franchise player? You are the franchise player, and they trade for Raekwon Smith, and now he's the highest paid linebacker in the NFL. And you sitting there what on the franchise tag? Like, come on, bro. Like you gotta that should tell you everything about Lamar Jackson. Take your fucking feelings aside, pull your feelings away, and look at the structure of how this organization is being ran, and what this organization loves to fucking do, and whatever the case may be. You stop trying to use racial narratives to say, oh, well, they don't want a black quarterback. Well, he's been the face of this fucking franchise since he's been there. He's been the face, regardless of he's been, you know what I'm saying? So he's getting the franchise tag, so that means he's gonna get paid. He's getting paid 32 million for the year. That's the most money that Lamar Jackson would ever be paid. And he not gonna play? Yes the fuck Lamar Jackson is gonna play. He's gonna play on that franchise tag. Yes the fuck he is. He hopes he hopes somebody trade for him. but ain't nobody gonna trade for him. He hopes that the Baltimore Ravens give him a deal that he can actually be like, okay. But if you think he's gonna be highest paid quarter, I don't. Me personally, I don't see that happening at all. Only way that happens is if he takes the franchise tag 2 times in a row, just like Kirk Cousins did, and then get picked up by a team. But even if he takes that franchise tag and he goes to free agency because he can't franchise him no more after 2 times, right? I don't. I think that's the end of Lamar Jackson. Like he's done. He gonna be right there with Josh Gordon in that XFL shit, trying to work on his passing, which he should have been working on the whole time he's been in the fucking NFL. Like Lamar Jackson doesn't really have to work on his passing because he can run the ball and get the yards that he really needs. But when it comes down to those long down situations where in the playoffs where when you're playing off playoff teams, right? And they're schemed to beat you. During the regular season is a different animal during the playoffs. Like this is win or go home. And this is the best that they could do. Like other during the regular season, people try other shit to try to beat you, and then it didn't work. Well, we got them. We got a number on them in the playoffs. Like we know what to do. So you're gonna have to evolve in the playoffs. That shit's not gonna work. Like if it wasn't for Ryan Tannehill being able to throw the ball, right? Everybody knows Derrick Henry's not gonna run them to a Super Bowl. Emmitt Smith didn't run the Dallas Cowboys to a Super Bowl. Barry Sanders didn't run nobody to no fucking Super Bowl. Terrell Davis didn't run nobody to no fucking Super Bowl. Like once they take away what you're good at doing, you gotta have the ace in the hole to be able to do something else, to be able to adapt. Once they take the running ability from the Baltimore Ravens and they actually put pressure on their defense and they actually put points up on the defense, because you got these juggernaut offenses like Buffalo Bills who could score quickly and Patrick Mahomes who could score quickly, the Bengals who could score quickly and then play a little bit of defense. Lamar Jackson is done because they need time possession. He needs to run the clock out, run the ball, and have the lead to be able to success level where you can bank on them winning. But if he's down 21 points, he's not coming back. And then on top of that, he has a great fucking kicker who all they got to do is get the ball past the 40, bro. Like if Lamar Jackson cannot get you to the 40-yard line on every possession to where you can at least know you're going to get 3 points, he definitely got to go. Like, and that's the whole gimmick of the whole situation with the Baltimore Ravens. Like they're always guaranteed 3 points because they're gonna line up in so many formations and packages to where you're gonna like we gotta respect the pass, but then Lamar Jackson is gonna run. And he's gonna like they don't punt that often. Like the Ravens don't punt like that. So you're banking 3 points. So are the Ravens a good overall team? Yes, they have a good kicking game. Their defense has gotten better, right? And then all they need on offense is just to be able to get points. Like if your offense is scoring 3 points or seven each drive, that is putting points on the board. Period. So the Ravens can get three. They can bank on getting three. Three is better than zero. Three is better than a fumble or an interception from Lamar Jackson. So three, they're banking 3 points every possession. Like they're probably counting up. We get the ball here. We get at least three. We got the best kicker in the NFL. We get at least three, and he can kick the bitch from 60. That's 60 yards is far, and they can. He ain't gonna kick all of them from 60, but at the end of the day, you banking on getting like you can get this. That doesn't mean that they're good. Doesn't mean they're having fucking. They just mean like the scheme that they have is good. It's all on deception. Like it's zone read, misdirection, zone read, and pop here, pop there. Like they can get points where all the other NFL teams, shit, we got to punt team, get ready. Like you know what I'm saying? Like it's real regular football. So as far as the past 5 6 years, the Baltimore Ravens defense has been the Achilles heel of them. They haven't had a middle linebacker. They've been really using their first round draft picks on shoring up the defensive side of the ball because to win championships, you gotta play defense. Gotta play defense. You gotta be able to stop these guys when it matters most. And the Ravens have not been able to stop them. To me, the Ravens just because they got Raekwon Smith, they don't even have an edge rusher yet. So what you think they're gonna use with their first round pick this year? You think they're gonna go get a receiver? No. If anything, they probably get a lineman, a defensive lineman, or pass rusher. They need the pass rusher because they need the pass rusher to be able to go after the quarterbacks of such as Josh Allen and Joe Burrow and Patrick Mahomes, Deshaun Watson, Kenny Pickett, motherfucking Trevor Lawrence, whoever the Raiders quarterback is, whoever the Jets quarterback, like just they have to get a legit pass rusher. They don't get that, bro, they're gonna be in the same boat they've been in. When you look at the Ravens of the past, they had a stout defense and they had Terrell Suggs in a company getting sacks. Like once they get a lead, they got the ball, they go down and score, get 7. The defense come out and they say they scored 3, kick a field goal. Defense did their part. They get the ball, go 7. It's 14-3. This team knows now like the Ravens are gonna run the ball the rest of this game and motherfucking pin their ears back because they know we got to fucking pass. And here we go. And they had Ed Reed in the back. They had you know what I'm saying? They had guys, you know what I'm saying? Like they had ball hawks back there. Like they're transitioning to that defense just with different names. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like they're not there yet. They ain't there yet by a long shot. Just like Lamar Jackson is not there yet as a fucking quarterback. He's not he You can't pay a guy. You cannot pay a guy quarterback money that is still a project. Like he should be close to finished his finished his the project of a quarterback. Like it's not no. He's not done. So when will he ever be done? Don't shit. Don't nobody fucking know. And that's where the Baltimore Ravens cannot pay him that type of money. Like, bro, you're still developing. Josh Allen has got his money because he's developing to the franchise to where they're like, you know, we can win. Where Josh Allen is right now, they can win a Super Bowl. Deshaun Watson can win a Super Bowl if he's out of the Texans. Like with that offense that he has in Houston, I mean, excuse me, not Houston, but in Cincy, excuse Cleveland, like and their defense, and like yes, they got some shit. Kansas City got shit. They just won. Like the Eagles, like motherfucking Eagles are already talking about re-signing Jalen Hurts. Bro, if that's not a slap in, if that's not a slap in Lamar Jackson, can Jalen Hurts throw better than Lamar? Yes, the fuck Jalen Hurts can throw better than fucking Lamar Jackson. Yes, yes, the fuck he can. And this guy just took over the offense like not even 2 seasons. Lamar Jackson has been in the NFL for 5. Come on, man. Y'all gotta look at come on, man. Y'all can't be. Don't like stop. I understand you like Lamar Jackson. You like he can run and all this shit. He looks like a Pop Warner kid out there. That's what they do in high school. Like when you play in high school football, you have your best athlete on the football team. Put the ball in his hands the whole entire game and let him go to work. That's what you do. It's gonna get you as far if you depending on what division you win. It's gonna get you pretty. It's gonna get you far as fuck. You gonna win state championships and shit. Depends on where you at though. You in California, that shit gonna run out. You gonna run into some shit. Long Beach probably ain't playing that shit. The fuck? One nigga just beat me. Bitch, you got me fucked up. We gonna knock that nigga out the game. Like, no, that don't work. Like regular season, motherfuckers ain't hung up on regular season games. They hung up on playoff games. We can get to the playoffs. We ain't even got to win the division to get to the playoffs. Well, that's where you fuck up at. You ain't got to win the division. You just got to be the seventh, what, seventh seed, seventh seed. Come on, man. Like the Ravens are gonna always be there. Ravens shit, they almost missed it this past year. Like the Ravens are a better team with Lamar Jackson at quarterback, but I don't know if you keep giving the fucking keys to the other quarterback. Like he throws the ball more. He throws better than Lamar Jackson. Hunter, what's his nigga name? Huntley, I think that's his name. Yeah, yeah, Huntley, I think. He's not as fast as Lamar. Like when you're not as fast as Lamar Jackson, you tend to throw the ball. You tend to work on other shit in your craft. You tend to throw the ball. You tend to throw. You should tend to be able to. Hey, I can't run like Lamar, but I gotta be able to throw the ball like at least a better version than that nigga. You know. I mean, is he gonna get paid? He should. Well, he's already paid with the franchise tag. Is like I don't see why people knocking the franchise tag, bro. That's $32 million all guaranteed. Franchise tag is all guaranteed money. So if you get franchise tag 2 times in a row, you know how much it's gonna cost a franchise tag Lamar Jackson next year? That means he got a 2-year contract. At the end of it, he got a 2-year contract. Because even if he gets hurt, they're gonna franchise tag the motherfucker again. It don't matter. Like it's Lamar Jackson, right? His tag went from is it 32 right now to where next year it'll be like 50 something or 45 mil. So you add those together within 2 years, Lamar Jackson is still the highest paid quarterback in the 2-year salary that he just got. There's no other quarterback getting guaranteed 870 something $1 million guaranteed off like signing a fucking debt on a dot. No, no. So I don't know why motherfuckers talking shit about the franchise tag. You want to be franchise tag because it's guaranteeing you getting your money, and then you can sit out. Well, you can't sit out. I don't think you can sit out. I don't think you can sit. Like once you sign it, I think you got to play. You probably won't play. Why would I play as hard on a franchise? Like, is you crazy? Like, I'm gonna play soft as fuck. I'm gonna be playing with my head on a swivel. Like, nigga ain't about to get me hurt. I'm gonna play the whole season, give a fuck if we win it. I'm gonna slide all over the place. Niggas gonna be like, you could have ran that all the way in. I'm gonna slide to the fully committing because I'm on a franchise tag. So if I see an 80-yard touchdown, bitch, I'm taking that bitch. I'm only going 40, and I'm sliding. I don't give a fuck. Should have paid me. You paid me. You give me a long contract. I'm gonna run that bitch long as hell. All right. Well, that's the decision that's the decision Lamar Jackson got to make right there. That's an easy decision, nigga. Put me on the franchise tag. That's how I'm gonna play. Why didn't you quarterback sneak that in? Nah, I audible to a handoff because you about to get me fucked up, nigga. Hell no. So you could be like, oh yeah, fuck you. I'll make sure I play all 17 games. I'm gonna be throwing this shit in the dirt. They gonna look at me like, what? We gonna have to bench his ass. Bench me. I'm getting paid either way, but I can't quit. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got me fucked up. Boy, you crazy as hell. You crazy as hell. Like, you crazy. You all better stop. That franchise tag got some weight on it. Because at the end of the day, he's the type of player, because he runs the ball the most, that's the best contract to give him. Yeah. Why you think running backs get franchise tagged the most? Because that's the best contract to give a running back because they're gonna run. They might get hurt. They like you. Like when you get franchise tag, you're like, hope you get hurt type of shit. Like, ooh, I'm not wishing bad on you, but you ain't as durable. Because if you was durable, you gonna get your money. If the Cleveland Browns franchise tag Nick Chubb, y'all all be fucking mad as fuck. He ain't getting Nick Chubb already got his money. Nick Chubb was already paid. Why you think they fucking around with Hunt? Man, franchise tag that nigga. So don't gawk at the franchise tag. That shit legit. Shit, the fuck you mean? Shit, how long has this rant been? That's really all. Shit, we hit 55 minutes. I'm impressed. So, let's go ahead and wrap up the Lamar Jackson rant. The Baltimore Ravens are the ones that drafted him with their first round pick in the second 30-second selection in the first round. He owes them that because the Ravens allowed him to be a quarterback. And when everybody wanted him to play receiver because his size, you know, he out there looking like I don't know what he was looking like, but he supposedly put on 20 pounds this year and got hurt. Like how you put on? See, when a motherfucker put on weight like that and get hurt, that means he wasn't in shape. Because the reason why he wasn't in shape, because motherfucker didn't get his deal. He didn't get his deal he thought he was gonna get, and they ended up running that shit out, and he was mad talking about he put on 20 pounds of muscle or this and this and that. Like for what? So you could get hit? Like you know what makes you slower when you put on 20 pounds, bro. So that was stupid. So that tells me he out of shape. He looked out of shape, and he ended up getting hurt again. You trying to pay him? Yeah. If he loses that, he loses 30. You need to lose 30 pounds for you getting the contract out of me. Because all they're gonna do is balloon up some more, maybe put on 10 more pounds. They're gonna say, hey, well, he put on an additional 10 pounds from the 20 he put on last. Nah, I'm not fucking with this nigga, bro. Nah, you got me fucked up. So no. At the end of the day, he deserves some money, not top quarterback money, because he's not a quarterback. He plays the quarterback position, but he's not. He's not viewed like he's an athlete, bro. He's an athlete. Is Justin Field viewed as a quarterback? We gonna see this year. We're gonna see if Justin Fields in his second season is viewed as a quarterback because of all the running and all the shit that he had to do when he didn't have receivers, he didn't have a running game, he didn't have a team. Like, but they got all these picks and they got DJ Moore. Now his receiving class that he's gonna have this year is actually surprisingly gonna be better. He's gonna have DJ Moore. He's gonna have Equinus St. Brown. He's gonna have Daryl Mooney, and then he's gonna have the big nigga from Pittsburgh. I can't think of his name. The light skinned receiver with the dreads. I can't think of his name. I don't know why I can't think of his name. But that's four quality, pretty decent receivers. And then they're gonna have a top first round ninth pick where they probably get an offensive lineman to help out with the you know what I'm saying? They got two picks still in the first round. They got two picks next like they got a lot of shit. Like they can build some shit and they got room to get some shit. So I mean, but as far as just weapons right now that he has returning, like I like that. The Bears look like they could be legit. And then I'll get rid of Montgomery and I'll get Bijan Robinson as my running back. Like I would go with Robinson. I would go with Bijan Robinson as my running back and let I don't know if Montgomery is on a contract or he's franchise tag or whatever he has a year left. If he has a year left, I'll keep him. But I would go get a running back in the second round because he got to go. Like Montgomery got to go. No one likes Montgomery anyway. But or you got to get some more help on the defense side of the ball. But other than that, you got to shore up that offensive line and stuff like that. But like the Ravens had all that. The only thing the Ravens never had was a receiver. You can't say they never had a receiver because they had picks. They had free agency. No one wants to go there. Just like in the trade with DJ Moore. DJ Moore has the final decision if he wants to go to the Chicago Bears. He does not have to go there. Like it's all mutual agreement. All mutual agreement. So just like how the Ravens traded Hollywood Brown away. That's what Hollywood Brown wanted. He wanted out. What do you think is gonna happen to Rashad Bateman and Duvernay? They're gonna want out because wanna know why they're gonna want out? Because when their contracts get ready to get paid, they're gonna be devalued. You're not gonna get a lot of money as a receiver in Baltimore than you would be a receiver in any other team. So their money, their cap is going down. Why the fuck? Like you got to play under your contract that you have. You got to play under it. But don't go 2 years. Don't go 1 year before you getting paid. You better try to get the fuck up out of there. That's what happened to Hollywood Brown. That's why Hollywood Brown they were left on a contract situation because it was getting time to pay this man, and they're like, and he's like, bro, you're not about to do me like this. You gonna do me like this? Trade me away. So now you got Hollywood Brown over with the with the Arizona Cardinals. They got that ugly ass coach up out of there. They're gonna have a real offense to where Kyler Murray's gonna have to either put up or shut up and see what's going on at the end of the fucking day. Like it is what it is. They already see Kyler Murray already got paid. Kyler Murray already got his money, bro. Kyler Murray already got his money, and Lamar Jackson still ain't got his money. How the fuck is that? I'm done with this shit. Y'all bugging. Y'all bugging. Everything ain't about race all the time. Everything is not about race all the time. But I'm gonna catch y'all on the next one. I'll see y'all later. We about here. Hey, remember, we on road to 100. Let's get those subscribers up. We got 20 more. 20, baby. Let's get it. Road to 100. I'll talk to y'all later.